absolutely no respect for dyed hair.
Mrs. Erlin has very great respect for dear Tuppy.
Then Mrs. Erlin sets an admirable example to the rest of her sex. It is perfectly brutal the way most women nowadays behave to men who are not their husbands.
Tony, you are ridiculous. And Cecil, you let your tongue run away from you. You don't know the first thing about Mrs. Erlin, yet you continue to speak scandal against her.
My dear Arthur, I never talk scandal. I only talk gossip.
What is the difference between scandal and gossip?
Oh, gossip is charming. History is merely gossip. But scandal is gossip made tedious by morality. Now, I never moralize. A man who moralizes is usually a hypocrite. And a woman who moralizes is invariably plain. There's nothing so unbecoming to a woman in this whole world than a nonconformist conscience. And most women know it, I'm glad to say.
Just my sentiments, dear boy, just my sentiments.
Sorry to hear it, Tuppy. Whenever people agree with me, I always feel I must be wrong.
My dear boy, when I was your age...
But you never were, Tuppy, and you never will be. I say, Darlington, let us have some cards. You'll play, Arthur, won't you?
No, thank you.
Oh, upon my word. How marriage has ruined a man. It is as demoralizing as cigarettes and far more expensive.
You'll play, of course, Tuppy.
Can't, dear boy. Promise Mrs. Erlin never to play or drink again.
My dear Tuppy, don't fall astray into the paths of virtue. Reformed, you would be perfectly tedious. That is the worst of women. They always want one to be good. And if we are good when they meet us, they don't love us at all. They like to find us quite irretrievably bad and to leave us quite unattractively good.
They always do find us bad.
I don't think we are bad. I think we are all good, except Tuppy.
No. We're all in the gutter. But some of us are looking at the stars.
We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Good heavens, you are very romantic tonight, Darlington.
Too romantic. You must be in love. Who is the girl?
The woman I love is not free. Think she isn't.
A married woman, then. Well, there's nothing in this world like the devotion of a married woman. It's a thing no married man knows anything about.
She is a good woman, but she's the only good woman I've ever met in my entire life.
The only good woman you've ever met in your life?
Yes.
Well, you are a lucky fellow. Why, I have met hundreds of good women. I never seem to meet any but good women. The world is perfectly packed with good women. To know them is a middle-class education.
This woman, she has purity and innocence. She has everything we men have lost.
My dear fellow, what good, what on earth should we men do going about with purity and innocence? A carefully thought out buttonhole is far more effective.
She doesn't really love you, then?
No, she doesn't.
I congratulate you, my dear fellow. In this world, there are only two tragedies. One is not getting what one wants. The other is getting it. The last is much the worst. The last is a real tragedy. I am interested to hear she doesn't love you. How long could you love a woman who didn't love you, Cecil?
A woman who didn't love me? Oh, all my life.
So could I. But it's so difficult to meet one.
You be so conceited, dummy.
I didn't say it as a matter of conceit. I said it as a matter of regret. I have been wildly, madly adored. I'm sorry I have. It has been an immense nuisance. I should like to be allowed a little time to myself now and then.
Time to educate yourself, I suppose?
No, time to forget everything I've learned. This is much more important, dear Tuppy.
Cynics you fellows are.
What is a cynic?
A man who knows the price of everything, but the value of nothing.
And a sentimentalist, my dear Darlington, is a man who sees an absurd value in everything and doesn't know the market price of any single thing.
You amuse me, Cecil. You talk as if you were a man of experience.
I am.
No, you're far too young.
Now that is a great error. Experience is a question of instinct about life. I've got it. Tuppy hasn't. Experience is the name Tuppy gives to his mistakes. That is all.
Experience is the name everyone gives to their mistakes.
One shouldn't commit any.
Life would be very dull without them, and
I say, Darlington, you are, of course, quite faithful to this woman that you are in love with, to this good woman.
Yes, Cecil, when one truly loves another woman, all other women become meaningless to him. Love changes one. I am changed.
Dear me, how very interesting. Tuppy, I want to speak to you.
there's no use talking to Tuppy. You might just as well talk to a brick wall.
But I like talking to a brick wall. It's the only thing in the world that never contradicts me. Tuppy,
Well, what is it? What is it?
Darlington has been moralizing and talking about the purity of love and that sort of thing. And he has got a woman in his rooms all the time.
No. Really? Really?
Yes, here is her fan.
Why, Joe! Why, Joe!
I'm afraid I must be off. I'm saddened that you are leaving England so soon. Please, pray call on us when you return. My wife and I will be charmed to see you.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'll be away for many years. Good night.
Arthur,
What?
I'd like to speak to you for a moment. No, do come.
No, I'm off.
It is something very particular. You'll find it very interesting.
It's more your nonsense, Cecil.
It isn't really.
My dear fellow, you mustn't go yet. I have a great deal to talk to you about. And Cecil has something to show you.
Well, what is it?
Darlington has got a woman here in his rooms. Here is her fan. Amusing, isn't it?
Good God!
And what is the matter?
Lord Darlington,
Yes?
why is my wife's fan in your room? Get your hands off of me, Cecil.
Your
Don't touch me.
wife's fan.
Yes, here it is.
I don't know.
Speak, boy. I need an explanation. Don't touch me, you fool!
She must be here after all.
Sir, I demand an answer, or I will search every room in this house. And if my wife is here, I will.
You shall not search my rooms. You have no right to do so. I forbid it.
You scoundrel. I shall not leave this room until I have searched every corner of it. What moves behind that curtain?
Lord Windermere.
Mrs. Orland.
I mistook your wife's fan for my own as I was leaving the house tonight.